Love the feel of the buttons, just so clicky and satisfying to just go to town on. This is where the term button mashing was born. I see a lot of people say the sharp core,
and then you realize, oh yeah, I'm 15, I'll just stand and do nothing for most of the dance. Yeah, these were great, and by great, I mean sweaty. School dances started.
any unofficial controller to have turbo buttons, like the Turbo Touch 360 for the Sega Genesis. This gives me
Excuse me.
movement. Most arcade joysticks are locked in a set number of directions. I should probably start proofreading my will. Did you know hands can hold garbage and f***ing garbage? Game control.
Oh my god!
Still prefer the PS4 style personally. Also, that standardized font apparently is flavor at Taco Bell. Nothing wrong with that, but these just look more premium. But then for some reason they decide to update it again after the PS4 came out. Why? This one is
Curious at this point, the 360 really hit it out of the park. The PS3 was going.
Kirby's so happy this is something he can because he's such a pig god.
and to continue the trend, but not nearly as much. Well, there are a ton of pretty shits in a world mirror, but in it's in shimmer. So how we're looking up earth, that's it. Siv. Hello, go in this barrel. Swim.
Oh, God.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Dude!
Kirby is a pig guy. One took off because Kirby's very cute. One took off.
The funerals.
If I'm free next week, sure, but right now I want a school dance.
Alright, well I did some research, made a few calls, so I can officially say I'm legally able to plan school dances now.
Oh, legal, yes!
This is just a copy of Premium Rush.
Get out.
Well, I got questioned by the police. I yelled at everybody. Beer was everywhere. I got home at 4 a.m. There was another guy who released, but I like the other one a bit more. About it. Like many of these controllers, it works, but so does filing for bankruptcy.
You still do have cancer.
Talk guys, limited edition systems are fun to gawk at, but you know what else is fun to gawk at? This official statement from my doctor. Let's see what this
School dance.
Alright, well I did some research, made a few calls, so I can officially say I'm legally able to plan school dances now.
Oh, legal, yes!
It really wasn't that difficult, a lot of my training carried over.
Your Lord Nixon and I guess I wish no my habit I wish Nick news it's not much yet you're from Wingerville and it over here.
Online, so you can communicate without the voice quickly. Yes, this may have no use to me, but who wouldn't want that? Subscribe? Hit subscribe. Of course, if it's talking.
I've had enough! There are a few games that like to make their spines different for whatever reason. NBA Jam, Twilight Cement, the two horsemen of the apocalypse. But for the vast majority of this, black buttons. With the N64 offering 4 controller ports, that obviously meant more controllers were to be sold, so why not sweeten the deal a bit with outdone by the makers of Chibi Robo Ziplash. The SNES controller is magnificent. It may not be my favorite of all time, but it does so much more than a regular CD case. I don't even take advantage of the fact this thing is county sized. The 3DO logo is just this tiny thing in the corner. They stacked them.
Oh my god!
Faces. Now, I may not be fond of the long-form clear plastic ones, but they are
Variations.com, and I highly recommend giving them a look-sees if you're into this sort of thing. Now back when
controller, and the official ones, those can be pricey, but you always have other options.
Slam arcade controller on a coffee table, not to worry about it moving all over the
Maintaining the general aesthetic, though in other regions the box art this thing. Now Sony, they had more specific game-based designs than Nintendo, but
That his enemies and make it later. Kirby's so happy this is something
See?
related to a game I like, or B, the design makes me swoon. I own a Xenoblade Chronicles 2 controller and have no interest in the game. I feel like I'm on a list somewhere. But sometimes special edition controllers. This is a fun one. Wii U games combine the Wii, GameCube, 3DS, and whatever other shit's released. Many came out alongside big games. The Xbox One kinda continued the trend, but not nearly as much.
Kirby inherit his enemies and make it later. Kirby's so happy this
The analog sticks, those are fun. Here we have a few controllers for the Nintendo Switch. First up is the 8-bit Do SN30 Pro. I've always heard a lot about 8-bit Do, damn, whatever.
But the new 3DS XL definitely had more limited versions.
Older Asterisk controller that is way past rare. These ones were given away at a Star Fox 64 tournament at Nintendo's E3 1997 booth and are the Insignia. It's a fine looking controller, no doubt, but as one of the only special Wii remotes, But speaking of gold controllers, only available via special editions of the show here is the lack of a D-pad. I'm sure tons of people who saw this in the store went,
Oh, God.
aesthetic, though in other regions the box art template would sometimes vary. That's the thing. Based on where you are in the world, they often
Disaster. If they want to push for something, not that I am, we got the chaperone pushing for it. People don't care. No!
Supply straps to slide on for better ones. Piecing them together is alright, however, they're still more akin to the Nintendo
we all want but don't really need. However, buying new video games brings us entertaining experiences we wouldn't have had otherwise. But we all off, so introducing Airflow, the controller with a fan.
Reality, a ballot box has been spiked. Alright, all that's left is the banner!
We used a pre-made restaurant template.
Kirby is ending on 1, 2, all because Kirby's very cute. 1, 2.
In Japan, they actually got a new 3DS XL version of it, which I actually think looks a bit better. The Animal Crossing New Leaf model looked like a Pop-Tart. Pikachu has nipples.
People can be relaxed. This will ease the tension.
Shirts were involved. Oh it's happening. A few school dances were held throughout the year, but the first big one was the homecoming dance, and this was it. Especially old Nintendo published ones. Nintendo would always put their logo down here. There's a certain beauty to it. Just putting some Zelda shit on it, we gotta get rid of these things. To really spice up your relationship with a console, limited
Made by third parties, like a Dallas Cowboys controller, damn it. Now you can't go talking novelty controllers without bringing them after.
only use cardboard for that. I mean, a Again, the design here is just like the other ones except yellow, but why was the Doom button?
Because he's such a pain god. Kirby inherit his enemies and make it.
With games, anniversaries, events, the Seattle Mariners, a baseball team Nintendo used to own, even more effing Pokemon. Who looked at the Love Plus Plus model and said, yeah, it looks like, man, there was a Famicom variant of the GBASP as well, alongside a Mother 3 Game Boy Micro exclusive to the territory. Again, absolutely gorgeous. Today we got the Disney Channel edition.
And then people are too distracted by the punch stain to realize it looks like I pissed myself.
Hey Scott, the coffin just came.
White grips, and I can already see paint chipping off. Do you see my problem with special edition controllers? See, I really do like these controllers. They look great, they look cool, but controllers are meant to be.
Piss out the window and shit out the window until they're a thing!
You apparently can't push for people to have a good time, and since I'm known as the resident beer pusher at this dance, I need to hide my identity with a mask so then people can be relaxed.
Wireless variant of the controller. It uses radio frequency to transmit the wireless signal. On Triforce on the bottom. I love this design. And like I said, the Smash Brothers one was cool too. Awesome to hold in your hands. This has a lot of the same problems as the Atari 2600 joystick in terms of size. I can't say Mad Catz didn't try with this controller, but they didn't. But wanna know who did?
Oh my god!
Alright, it's time for Home to Come. Let's open up the doors for business tonight. Hey, welcome to Homecoming. The fun that's open to everybody. Pretty nice venue, right?
Version. How did this thing fail? Look at this Hello Kitty one. We have X-ray vision. This platinum model is sleek. There was this Bang & Sonic anniversary one. The Maziora edition, I like just for the thumbness. Where your thumb is. Yeah, this doesn't work very well. You don't get the precision of an actual D-pad at all. Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes, Pokemon XD. However, I take gave light to an even slicker Zelda model. This thing was one of the limited edition consoles I always looked at with envy. It's so well themed around A Link Between Worlds. Hyrule is represented by this fun hell. They even fixed my biggest problem with that silver controller and have the colors displayed here. It's perfect. They even let you create your own custom control TV remote. Shit! You had to keep them pointed to the adapter for them to function properly.
Love this controller. But while it's one of my favorites,
During some game show in the UK. Weirdly enough, all it says is limited edition on the box, but when you take it out, it's literally just a black Game Boy with Mario on it. I don't know what.
And that, son, is the story of how you were conceived.
And how it was the definition of everything a falsely advertised product was. This controller.
Mitternacht swings the sword of King Dedede defeat. What a triumph is that!
Easy to identify, it fits the rest of the Switch branding and it leaves more room for the art to stretch its legs. The spines are completely red with a small Switch logo standardized font. Why are these called R3 and L3? Anyways, I love the feel of
and I'm still happy to have it on me. Look at all these memories, an entire page of Nickelodeon game save files. I love gaming. But look at this, 16X, whatever the hell that means.
They just say Xbox now, woo. Ah! I finally shut off my hospital gown.
Enemies and make it later.
First, you're really into 7. I have that thing with video games. See, I should care more about what's in 2's Magnavox Odyssey. Sure did have a controller, alright. The Fairchild channel. $15. That's around the same price for an official N64 controller, but people keep buying these because they look so similar and they're brand new. At least, but I'm used to how not great it is. The Super Pad 64 just feels weird without those grips on the sides. It feels incomplete. Z feels like a gas station fuel button. The control. Same as ours. Europe fills an entire room. Look at this, why are these so big? The front template's the exact same. All the money go into giving the thumbsticks tire tracks? Controllers can be expensive. Sure, you can probably make it.
Warning, do not enter this game if you're under 18 years old.
Custom controller colors online now. They are fucking loony. But hey, this one's greaseproof, a controller that addresses the biggest gaming hurdle. See, I want to play Halo.
Alright, we got the DJ, advertisements are out, chaperone is being conditioned to be actively encouraging immorality, a ballot box has been spiked.
These special editions, products that have a special little paint job that makes you squirm at the thought of not owning it. Even if you have the standard edition of a game job, it's a lot to go through. Which is why I think special edition controllers are where it's at. The controllers are the kind of things you usually buy multiples of for your system, so...
Advertisements are out, chaperone is being conditioned to be actively encouraging immorality, a ballot box has been spiked. Alright, all that's left is the banner.
Equivalent to Famicom. Weirdly enough, they released this in North America in addition to Japan. It's meant to look like... Yoshi!
You can't say that!
Is innovative in so many ways. Controlling a game in 3D with the analog control stick, camera control, 4-player multiplayer being standard on the console, even the
Hater, Kirby is so happy this is something he can because he's such a pain god.
Shut the fuck up!
Everything the van it. What's the fitness there? Oh, it's not the one. Let's go say that I ran. Skill Z, let's go the realm.
Oh my god!
Man, Kirby is a pain guy. 1, 2, oh man, because Kirby.
Halo, but I just love no fork spaghetti. What did Nintendo do with the Wii U? The console.
Oh my god! Hit the B square!
Here I have a bunch of PS3 controllers. Alright, first up, this is the GameStop branded one. It feels alright. Let me test out the trigger. Oh my god. The tier 1 more buttons to their controller intrigued. Yep, that's the next big craze. More than 12 buttons. The kids will love us. Next up, the So, I got the free time kills. I feel up. I might be able to actually play some of these games here. Or shapes.
Has the outside mimic the console and the inside mimic the controller, just how it should be. The 3DS XL version just spanked a picture of the NES controller in the outer shell.
Looks almost identical. That's pretty annoying. You save up to get a Crystal Chronicles GameCube only to have people assume it's a much more common white GameCube. But the one I...
Stupid feathered fucking bird bitch.
However, you don't get HD Rumble or NFC here. For that, you need to chalk up an extra $20 for the official Pro Controller. That's not worth it. The extra money may not be worth it.
I made the best playlist for kids that are half my age. It's all here on my trusty laptop.
Toast! Comparative to Nintendo and PlayStation collectors, Darwinism is hilarious. But that never stopped Microsoft.
Oh my god! Oh fuck!
Only in Europe, though. In the US, we were treated to this, and over there they got this. Look at that. Of course, they had to do something different with the Sega Master System's follow-up, so they... Oh, damn it!